Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
What is going on, guys? Sorry if there was a little delay there getting started here. I'm still in Dubai. Got my Market Cipher tank top on, so you know that's good right now. Let's see what's going on. What are you guys saying in the show? What's up, Crypto Stuff? What's up, Crypto Dontist? We're about to dump to 48K. Okay. I like what I'm seeing. I hope you guys are able to see me okay. I hope the connection is good enough. Not giving you for these trades down here, not giving you like stop losses or take profits, but these are the ones I'm in. If you want more info on the stop losses, take profits, that's going to be in the Discord down below. If you want one free month there, if you sign up to any exchanges down below, BloFin, Bybit, or JUMPEX, deposit at least $100, give you one free month in the Discord. So open a support ticket with your UID. So let's get into the analysis right now. I mean, it's looking good overall. We're playing around with 60K, which is, I would say a 60K is not like as big of an area as some people probably make it out to be. You know, those big round numbers, they're going to be big areas, but so far it looks like you should be able to generally, you know, keep going, especially on the 15-minute. You got money flow coming up, green dot there. You know, there's some good things. There's some good things here. So yeah, you got the money flow coming up, you know, coming up to green there, potentially jumping up to 61.2 here. So that could be good as well. That could absolutely be good as well. That's what we're looking at right there. And then trigger wave, You know, on the 4 hour, you got your bull div right there. Let's see a little bit here. Weekly starting to get a little bit better there. Trying to get that VWAP coming up. Still not ideal, but yeah, it is what it is. But money flow overall is pretty good. I mean, where could we? The question probably a lot of you are thinking right now is, you know, where the hell could we end up? I mean, the next logarithmic spiral line is at 60, 7.5. 61.2, I think, is a pretty big spot. You know, 65 is a linear spiral line. I do think that's pretty good. To 64, 65. You know, I put 64 in the title because that was the high there. I think that's a good shot. You know, overall, I would remain bearish, or excuse me, bullish, at least for now. Similar situation here on ETH, potentially jumping up to the next, logarithmic spiral line. Next linear one's going to be at 24.75, so there's a potential there. It's looking like we're dodging that bullet of, I made the higher low. We got the bull div on the 3-day. That's pretty good. Similar to like that bull div on Bitcoin on the 4-day. You do have a bull div on the 4-day. Snake eyes as well. I would argue that is snake eyes on your 4-day on Ethereum. So it's looking better. It's definitely looking better. I mean, yesterday I was talking to you guys about this area where we marked the bottom in September of 23. So this looks like a hell of a good area to get in. A hell of a good area to potentially get into crypto. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Yeah, that's just what I'm looking at right here. It does look pretty good. ETH versus Bitcoin, I just want to look at that quickly. You're at the previous low of August. Maybe you're going to get that bull div on the 2-week, save the day here for ETH versus Bitcoin. So I think there's a decent shot in that. Monthly, maybe, just maybe you could get the bull div here if we curve up in time. I don't know, though. That's a little bit to be seen. How about that 3-week here? Maybe, yeah, you would get the bull div here in that 3-week. That's the deepest in the red the 3-week has ever been, I believe, and that was similar to your bottom right there in January of 2020. So yeah, I mean that's definitely possible here. It's looking decent. It's looking decent against Bitcoin. If we look at this a little bit more here, potentially jumping up to 2,600. So yeah. You do have a bear div over on your 15-minute. Are we hitting any? We're not hitting anything though. But nah, yeah, your money flow. Your money flow is still okay, so it doesn't bother me. That does not bother me one bit. I think we got a good shot of at least getting up to there, and then yeah, you get 25. The mid 25s I think are pretty big. That's where you may run into a little bit of trouble. If you could break above that, obviously your next place is going to be 2,700. So yeah, I think he looks decent. Chainlink's one that's been jumping. We're back up to $11. $11. That's pretty good. I like that for the most part here. We should be able to generally continue forward here. You got snake eyes, all sorts of decent stuff on a lot of these, time frames here. So I think we should be able to generally continue forward, potentially getting up to $12, $13 or high 12s at least. Matic is not much in between where we are and 50 cents. So yeah, that's definitely what we could be looking at here. Let me just see this a little bit more. Yeah, big place, jumped off of that. I mean, I don't think it's too late to try to, go long. We're down a little bit right now, trying to, hold this area. We want to really hold that 42 area. Let me just look at this quickly. Yeah, we did come down, but it shouldn't be that big a deal. Potentially jumping up a little bit higher here. I think you might be able to get up to 50 cents, definitely. H bar is a big point too. That money flow is coming up. A lot of good things here, I think, at least. A lot of good things in H bar at the moment, in my opinion. So yeah, do like how this generally looks here. Money flow coming up. Money flow crossover there. So yeah, that's what you guys are talking about here. Adam, let's see. Oh man. So yeah, special likes, guys. Always appreciate that. The money flow, a lot of the money flows I'm looking at, Logan. After next week, everything will after the Fed meeting, maybe. Yeah, absolutely could. Yep. Some volatility around Fed meeting, then you come down, absolutely possible. We'll get to that when we get to that, though. Adam Solio. Okay, so Adam right here, decent area, pretty decent area. We want to try to break above this. We should be able to. It's really bled against a lot of stuff, including Bitcoin. Hopefully that'll turn around a little bit. Solana. So if we zoom in here a little bit, let's just see what the hell's going on with this. Bear div right there. Money flows coming up. Trigger wave 3-day. Bear div, yeah. I generally think you're still going to stay bullish and hopefully break up to 153 here, because that's a reverse head and shoulders, and I think you got a decent shot of that. So, I mean, there's speed bumps along the way. We could be choppy a little bit. When could you get there? I mean, you might be able to get there by the Fed meeting, or maybe slightly after. Maybe we pump a little bit after, and then we come down. I could get volatile with that shit. I mean, my guess is he would sound more hawkish, and I think the odds, though, are, if we look at the Fed Watch tool here, guys, if we look at the Fed Watch tool, I think that the odds are about 50-50, but I don't know why I don't know why it got to the double part here. I mean, the double part, we're going to jump up because it's not really expected. It's a little weird how it's 50-50. Is Polymarket have a... Let me see something here. Is Polymarket talking about this? They have I feel like they may have a better gauge of this. Polymarket has Kamala slightly favored, but if you look at like predict it, going to be more for Trump. I mean, obviously people putting, betting with Polygon or whatever are going to be probably a little bit more money towards Trump, I would guess. Could be wrong though, in general, but yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say 60-40 still. It's most likely going to be a single cut, I think. It'll be interesting. I don't know. Well, the first day of it is the 18th. So the second day is going to, for token 2049, second day is going to be the 19th. So I don't think the conference itself will have much impact. It could get volatile, though. Definitely could get volatile. I will be there. So yeah. But yeah, let's see. So we got triple Qs. Each bar, yeah. I mean, so everything looks like it could generally continue forward. If we look at one of my favorite charts right now, actually, in terms of like altcoin accumulation, still looking good on others versus Bitcoin. Still looking good. Like you were trying to make that lower or double bottom, excuse me, really exactly double bottom. Looking good there. Every day that goes by will make it more of a likelihood that we confirm that bull div on the 2-week, which is good. And you're getting close to getting it on the monthly. And if we look at the 3-week, same type of situation. So yeah, just trying to think here. Triple Q, yeah. So if we look at traditional markets a little bit, trying to come up trigger wave on that 2-day. Yeah. Trigger wave on that 2-day, just trying to jump up more. 500 could be in the card, especially Bitcoin. That could bring Bitcoin back up to freaking, mid to high 60s, probably high 60s. I mean, this could, if we just look at this, reverse head and shoulder situation forming here in Bitcoin, I mean, it could continue to be a little bit boring for a little bit more, because if we just look at where that shoulder started, I mean, you may bounce around where we are now until the 16th, 5 more days. We are coming into the weekend now. It is Friday. Yeah, I would guess bullish to more sideways over the weekend. Range bound to more sideways. That's my main guess here. So yeah, but ETH confirming 3 days to confirm that 5-day green hike in Ashy. That's pretty good. A lot of stuff is pretty good. Hmm. Hmm. And Shane Lincoln to that point. I would think you would be able to break through this and get up to frickin' $12, like I mentioned. Yeah. Hmm. Coin dominance here. Hmm. SPY is starting to look better on larger time frames. Looking like we could toy with make new all-time highs here. You are close. Big area, though. I mean, this would be the place where we'd reject, but it looks like you're going to keep going generally. Man, that was a nice recovery upward. Yeah. I feel like it goes up faster than it comes down. It recovers quicker than it goes down. A little unusual. Oh, yeah, this has got to be down. Yeah, bonds got to be... Oh, are they... Let me look at the 30-year. So I'm curious about yields. So... These, I would guess okay. Yeah, with that odds of 50, yeah, that's going to be sent. What are 30-year mortgages at? Let me look at that in a second. Let's see. Chainlink going to 1,000. Okay. It's probably a sell signal. Oh yeah, shout out to the cryptodontist. Over the weekend, come down to 4 to 5%. Probably not, but we'll see. CF? So let's see here. Okay, I've been on about, oops. Let's see. Let's see here. So that was a trade. Okay, I wanted to... What are 30-year mortgage rates at the moment? It's... What is it now? It doesn't even say. What the hell is with these articles? They never tell you the damn thing you're looking for. Like what is the rate of the mortgage refinance? Okay, so I mean, that's still low, 6.3. That's still low. So I mean, I don't think he's going to cut 50 basis points, but if he does, then there's that possibility of coming down a lot more. I don't know. Maybe this would jump up a little bit. Hard to say. I mean, it generally looks bearish. I think it would keep going down farther. So let's see here. So ETH. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Cardano, that always finds a way to disappoint. I think you should be able to break through this, but I mean, this would be the place to drop off from. You know, I don't think you will, though. I think you'll be okay. So, yeah. Hmm. Money flow trying to come up. Yeah. I mean, the thing here is if you want to be really ultra, like, bullish, I mean, signal target, if you could break above there, is going to be at freaking close to 50 cents. I mean, it's been suppressed for a while. I mean, big moves happen quickly. Don't be asleep. One other target, 44. Yeah. I think that area is a little bit bigger. Yeah, 45. So, yeah. How about apes right now? I would assume they're probably coming up with everything else. Come on, okay. 2.10 ETH. What is 2.10 ETH right now? 5 grand. Yeah, nothing really happening. But yeah, we are pumping. Oh, and by the way, guys, always appreciate you guys tuning in. Always appreciate you guys smashing the like button. If you guys are interested in trading, like I am doing and doing pretty well at it, if I do say so myself, I've been doing it for a while. I know what I'm doing, but you know, you can check out the links down below. JUMPEX, here's the promo, only with my link right here. 100K bonus for trading users up to 100K. Deposit 450K to get that 100K. That's a lot. But I mean, you can do 2K, trade around with that for a minute, get $100, you know, things of that nature, only with my link down below. Same thing for Bybit with my link, Evan, Bybit, $500 position airdrop. So you could get, you know, one of those trades, which is really good. You only have to deposit $100 to be eligible for that. Good shot of winning that. And then BloFin right here. This is only my link, 10% off of fees. I was able to negotiate this with you just with my link on over on BloFin. And in addition, what I give everybody who signs up to any of these 3 exchanges with my link, deposit at least $100, give you 1 free month in Discord where I put these 2 trades in ahead of time. And you'll be able to see the take profits, the stop losses, all that. You see when I enter them, I tag everybody. So check it out. Link down below. Link down below. So yeah. And just open a sport ticket with your UID once you sign up and deposit if you're interested in that. What do I think of Maddox pump overnight? I think it's good. I think it's, you know, some good stuff happening with there. I mean, I like Matic. You know, it hit that big point, you know, rebranding the Polygon or POL for the ticker. I don't have a problem with that too much. Big area. If we can hold, you know, we're kind of rejecting from that point. I don't think it's over. I think you may have a little bit more. And if we look at, you know, just look at funding rates here a little bit, you know, negative funding rates on Bitcoin, you know, we're still pretty negative, at least on JUMPEX. So still a lot of people shorting that are just waiting to get destroyed. I mean, they may not get destroyed, but they could get destroyed, you know. Could get destroyed. So, yeah. So I'm looking at right now. Yeah, total 3. I kind of like looking at others versus Bitcoin than total 3 versus Bitcoin, but let's look at total 3 versus Bitcoin as well while we're here, while we're on the live stream. And that bull div right there. Money flow coming up, so that's good on your 2-week. I mean, I don't know. I think if you do come lower, it's not going to be that much worse, you know. I mean, I think if they cut 50 freaking basis points, I don't think they will, but if they do, yeah, everything that isn't garbage is probably bottomed out, and anything that is not complete garbage is probably bottomed out against Bitcoin. Although your view of garbage may be a little bit different than my view of garbage, so you get what I mean. Hmm. All those yellow. Usually those 4 or 5 yellow. Yeah. 4 yellow X's are pretty good. Usually could give you what you need. Yeah. I do like how that looks. 1 no vote here for getting this trade. You think it's gonna come down, Cryptodontist? Interesting. Okay, so funding rates, so when it's negative like it is now, that means the shorts are paying the longs, and when it's positive, the longs are paying the shorts. So it means more people are shorting right now. Let's just see here. I mean, anything's possible, but I don't think we're going to come down. I mean, maybe at 61K, I'm not really seeing us come down, you know. It looks pretty good, guys. Looks pretty good. I'm just going to say that. I mean, I could be wrong. It's never 100%, but it looks like bull div on the 4-day. I mean, you might be able to get back up to freaking 68K here. I mean, that's a big area, though. It's a big area. But yeah. Trying that like 4 hump pattern thing. I mean, last time, let's compare that a little bit to 2021 here with the, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you fell off a cliff there. But once you fell off the cliff, you generally came back. This was more spread out. I mean, I guess you could argue that was the cliff. It was only 3 humps, so maybe it's different this time. I don't know. I think it would be kind of different. I would stay bullish until kind of proven otherwise here, or list until things change. Velo. I don't know much about Velo, man. I know that Hex was, looking good in 2-day. Probably could get up a bit more here, 10 cents maybe. I know that Hex has been talked about a minute, and that's jumping. Yeah, somebody was asking me about this. Be careful with the dead projects, though. I mean, they always will pump, but you never know. You could get up to half a cent, no, 1/4 of a cent, 1/3 of a cent maybe. But this is a dead project and a half, so be damn careful with this. 140, potentially under 40% maybe. So yeah. Algorand. Yeah, that generally December, then came all the freaking way back down. But that 2-week, a lot of stuff is looking good on a lot of these guys. A lot of stuff is starting to look good. Did I look at ApeCoin? I think I did look at ApeCoin, or maybe I didn't. This is the only freaking one that's got the 2-week bull div, so take that as you will. It's a decent sign. Of course, while everything is pumping, this is pumping less, but this is the place you want to hold, this general area, around 75 cents, to 71 cents. If you can hold that, you got a good shot potentially here. So yeah. And then, like I mentioned, guys, check out the exchanges. A lot of really only with my link, 10% back on BloFin. If you guys are interested in making some of these trades, obviously it is risky. You need to know what you are doing. So yeah, and then the $500 position airdrop over on Bybit. All right, let's look at VeChain. Yeah, I think there's a good shot of holding this potentially. I don't know. It looks a little worse than some of the others, but I think you got a good shot here, potentially coming up farther. 30x, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. You could repeat that general trajectory and, come up to 8 cents or more. What else was I going to look at? So that was VeChain. Freaking. Oh, yeah, Uniswap. looking kind of decent. That trigger wave forming there, looking kind of decent. So yeah, looking pretty decent there. I like Uniswap. I mean, you could even, for a trading perspective on this, you could try to trade that double bottom breakout situation thing. I mean, if you think we're gonna go that much higher, depends there. It's a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 like that. Got a decent shot. Definitely got a decent shot of jumping back up to these highs here. March highs. I think you could get to those March highs for a lot of things end of year or the next year. That's my kind of guess on it. So yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Just thinking here, yeah. Yeah, nothing too bad. Yeah, this is good. Rare bullish signs, guys. I'll say that. Definitely rare bullish signs. You know, looking at these markets here. Rare bullish signs. Bullish patterns. So, yeah. So, I mean, we went over it. You know, now it's just, you know, wait, see what happens. Let's see what CNBC is saying. So Harris Rising polls. Yeah, betting odds are favoring Harris. I think if you're Trump, you probably want to debate her again, and you want to really push for like a Fox News debate. And if she doesn't want to do that, that helps you because what is she too afraid to do a debate that's more, you know, that's did ABC, you know. Now let's do the other side. You know, now let's do the other side, which probably will not be as in favor of Trump as ABC was in kind of helping out Harris there. So yeah. Hmm. Let's see. Oh yeah, I definitely want to look at Tesla and Trump stock or whatever. Come on. Money flow coming up. Yeah, I think you at least could get up to 260 something here. Good shot at that, definitely. Let's look at Tesla versus NDQ. I'm curious how that's doing. Hmm. Yeah, trying to jump up a little bit more there. I think you might be able to pull it off. Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. Trying to come up a little bit. Yeah. I'll put Keith the Moss there. Yeah. I think it generally should be able to keep outperforming the NASDAQ. Should be. Should be. I mean, obviously, everything's probably coming up a bit. Yeah, Apple stock holding this area. Yeah, a little concerning on that. 2 week, but let's say Apple versus NASDAQ. Yeah. That's more worrisome. That's definitely more worrisome against NASDAQ. So, yeah. Just thinking here. Hmm. Hmm. The video jumping back up. I mean, you got a good shot of getting back up to 130. I don't know if I feel like this will be lackluster against the NASDAQ for a minute, you know, or a long time after that, but we'll see. Not exactly sure. So yeah. Hmm. Dominion voting. Won't go on Fox. Did they actually pay that much to? I forgot about that. That Dominion voting. Did they Fox? Let's see. I mean, I feel like you have to kind of have the. Oh, they settled. Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah. They settled it. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you should be allowed to have that freedom of speech in terms of like having people on, even though if there's no basis on something. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think she'll go on Fox either. Yeah. The short term, probably gonna go down a tiny bit in the super short term, but generally think you could keep going upward. So yeah, just my opinion. Choppy bullish is my guess. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in trading, check out the promo only with my link for JUMPEX. Really good deposit bonus right here. And you got the airdrop, which is also a really good thing. Ends in 5 days over on Bybit. Deposit $100, and you got a good shot of winning that $500 position airdrop. And then 10% cash back only with my link right here on BloFin. Link is down below. And by the way, guys, in addition to this, what I give you if you sign up to any of these links and deposit at least $100, I give you 1 free month in the Discord where I give these trades in advance, stop losses, entry points, all that. And a lot of really good TA. We got Nightshade in there, KMac as well. So me and 2 other analysts. Really good community. Check it out if you guys are interested with a lot of good info. So yeah. Trying to think here a little bit more. Ooh. Let's see. So yeah. What are you guys thinking? I mean, where do you think Bitcoin's going? Am I missing something? Am I overly bullish here? What do you guys think? I'm always open to opinions. I'm always open to your ideas. You guys have had a lot of good ideas. I mean, some not so good from all the things I've heard in the chat over the years. But yeah, no, overall, more good than bad, I would say. Definitely more good than bad. I mean, yeah. Trying to think here. Trying to jump up there on Treasury. So yeah. Just thinking here. Oh, what's up, Crypto Scalper? 6-hour Market Cipher looks good. Sui. Okay, yeah, 618 is yeah. I like fibs. Yeah, 60K is big. There's no spider line exactly right there, but decent area. Tommy says 100K. Oh boy. Not gonna. It may not end too well for Tommy. Let's see. Let's look at a 6-hour. Or let's look at that. Oh yeah, let's look at Sui. Sui. Yeah, you could jump up higher, maybe. Oh, maybe even back to $2. I don't know. It does look pretty good though. I don't know too much about Sui, but yeah, any of the you got potential, sure. Let's look at Ordi. There's a few others I wanted to look at here. Ordi, yeah. Um, mm, and what do you guys think is going to happen with the election? I mean, it's definitely looking better for Harris right now. I still think it's going to be damn close. I still think that those general odds are probably going to be pretty neck and neck into the election. I think if you're Trump, you want to debate. Like I don't think Kamala can do any better than she did. You know what I mean? I don't think she can do any better than she did so far. Mm. So I think if you're Trump, you want to try it as long as you don't say anything. I mean, the cat and dog comment was definitely not the best done, not in the best way. So yeah, aerodrome. That could be decent too. Jumping a lot of these could be decent, especially if we. I mean, it seems like we may be starting a little. I mean, it could generally be where alts, outperform a lot of stuff for a while. Let's look at like just. This may be not the best thing to look at in terms of a gouge for alts, but freaking Cardano versus Bitcoin. I mean, it still is. I didn't mark it out, but kind of right there is a decent area. If you want to be really peculiar, really, look at a lot of big points. Yeah, kind of decent pocket. Actually, this would probably be a better place to draw that line rather than, yeah. So if you break above there, it's pretty good. Just trying to think here. Yeah. Let's just look at, oh yeah, Matic Bitcoin. Yeah, that was because that just freaking fell off of the face of the earth. And then, do we even have a weekly green Heikinashi yet? Gotta go to bed in a little bit. That jump right there, we do slightly. Big area. I kind of, yeah. This I feel like is a good bet. This is a good bet because I mean it's not gonna. And I guess it can go lower, sure, but it's probably not going to go that much lower than 90%. You know what I mean? Unless you really think Matic's garbage, but I don't think so. Yeah, in terms of election, I mean, it's going to be close. I mean, Alan Lichman's prediction is Kamala. It's the same number of like trues and rights as the 2000 election, so I mean, I feel like there's a good if Trump wins, I feel like it's probably Supreme Court may help him out a little bit because if it's real close, I feel like those courts are going to take it more seriously. But I think I hate to say it. Well, yeah, I hate to say it, and I've definitely said it before to you guys, but regardless of what happens here, I mean, I think America is not. Yeah, it is depressing, but I think America is just not. It's just not. It's going to continue to move or progress slower than a lot of the rest of the world. We're in a different. It's just a different thing. The precedents keep getting set here. Because look at even if like say Trump wins. Let's just say Trump wins outright in election night and all that. The other side probably ain't going to concede. They're probably going to do something similar to what Trump did. They're going to say it was rigged or this or you know what I mean. I mean, even I guess you could argue Hillary kind of started that with the Russia interference thing, and then so she conceded, but then she was they were saying Trump was the illegitimate president, Russia and all that, and then Trump loses, and Trump kind of doesn't concede, and it kind of takes all that a step further, says there's voting fraud and all this type of stuff, and now you look at if it just gets worse this time. Then what happens? I mean, if Trump loses, like I don't think much would happen. He's obviously going to say it was rigged and all that, but I don't think anybody's going to like. Are there going to be riots and all that? Probably not. I don't think so. I think people would just move on. Trump's not in office. I mean, there's only so much he'd be able to do, I think. Then that would kind of be the end of it. Would he go to prison? Probably not. I mean, it's looking. I don't think he'd go to prison. He'd pay some fines or whatever. And let's see. Trump wins, and everybody says, let's say Trump wins, and then everybody says, that's what's interesting too, because what if Kamala does the thing that Trump wanted Pence to do? Yeah, could she do that as the vice president? Because she'd still be vice president. It's going to get weird. It could get very weird very quickly. I mean, we've seen on the bright side though, if these things do happen, I mean, I don't think it's going to get that bad in America. But then again, already there's a lot of freaking issues, a lot of homeless people. I mean, there's a lot of problems in America. I'm not saying other places don't have problems, but there's problems in America. I'll say that more so than there used to be. I think that's pretty objective. And you're looking at that. I mean, obviously there's countries with a lot of corruption, there's countries with a lot of crap, and it's generally not affecting the average person who lives in them though. A lot of these things happening. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. People talking about World War III and all that. Yeah, it's going to be a minute before that happens. I think by a minute, probably at least a decade. Well, at least until. If you're talking about a war that America is going to be highly involved in, a while. Let's see, Haitian families in Ohio. Yeah, I could see. Was it I forgot what the comment about the cats and dogs was, really. I mean, I didn't look into that enough. I mean, is there evidence to support that claim? I don't want to, take side. I don't know. Well, brainstorm. What I'll say right now is, I'm not in America right now. I'm in Dubai. Is Brainstorm Strag? Yeah, I think so. I'm in Dubai. I'm going to Singapore next. I don't want to talk about it too much, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know when the time comes. I mean, I'm not telling you. I don't think that. I mean, if you're gonna move out of America, it should be, you should have a pretty good reason to do so. You should know, what you're doing in terms of potentially doing that to save taxes, which is freaking harder than it should be because the American citizenship or even American residency, I think, subjects you to taxes in America, even if you live somewhere else. So yeah, so you want to look into that. I mean, if you spend only 1 month a year in America, you could get $100K write-off, which is, based on that, you'd probably save, $30K in taxes or something. In addition to that, obviously, cost of living, is cheaper, a hell of a lot cheaper in a lot of other places. I don't want to go so far and say America has, the most toxic people. I don't think it does, but I think that the ones who are toxic kind of stand out. I don't want to bash it because there's a lot of great, amazing people I've met in America. I mean, America shaped me in a lot of great ways. This is not anti-American, at all. But sometimes dealing with certain people in America does. I mean, our culture of, I don't know, I'm going to sound weird saying this, but I feel like the culture of ordering a goddamn, iced coffee at Starbucks and expecting to leave a tip for that, come on. Our culture is just, I mean, I mean, Democrats would probably say corporate greed is the reason for that, but I think it's just a weird ass cultural thing. I don't know. It's just weird nuances, and you're already spending so much for that cup of coffee. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining about it because I'm somebody who obviously can afford it, but even then, sometimes it's on the principle of it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make, I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's just a weird situation. It's what do you think, Austin? I mean, what do you guys think in terms of? I mean, it depends what you like. It definitely depends what you like. Locals thinking of eating American. I think internationally, from my experience, international views of America, from what I've seen, generally in more. The higher the GDP per capita of the country, I feel the more they don't like America and Americans. I feel Western Europe, I'm not saying they don't like Americans, but their view of America would be worse than than the view of somebody from like India, Pakistan, Southeast Asia, even Latin America to a certain extent. Like that's what I've always kind of found. Like, a lot of people from Germany. Like if you went to a lot of Western European cities where it's obviously more of a liberal viewpoint. Like I don't know, they would think like just a guy, like a guy from America, somebody like a guy with a decent amount of money from America. They would think a diehard conservative and all that, and and their view of that is obviously negative. So it depends. It depends, but I think a lot of people, the perception of, I mean, people when you go to like places that definitely aren't as privileged as the average American is, you would be looking at more people that view the money aspect. That's what they would like about America, the potential money aspect and the opportunity and all that. Places where they have the social welfare programs that America has, their view wouldn't be as high as that. So, yeah. Um, I mean, Peter Thiel, I think, said on Joe Rogan, it's always, you talk about, you always think about moving out of America, and then, the other places, America's, declining, but the other places are where it's still not as bad. You would argue it's still better in the other places, the alternatives. But I think what Peter Thiel said, if he were to move out of America, he said Costa Rica. If he were to live in America, the two best places would be Nashville and Miami. Um, so, yeah, Puerto Rico. I have been there, about 10 years ago. Um, I know you do say I know people that have I've met people that live there and do the thing and pay basically nothing in taxes. I know two or three people, I think actually two people who have done that. They both generally said pretty positive things. I'd have to go back there and check it out. It's been a long ass time since I've been there. The thing with that though is you're not saving really anything on cost of living. I think you do need to purchase real estate too to get the tax benefit after 2 years, which is not an issue. But for the damn freaking hurricanes that hit that place, God, maybe you got to buy something inland to be a little bit more careful. Your insurance is going to be a lot. I mean, you got to look into it. You got to study it like anything else. I Two things with that. Number one, we don't know how much longer they're going to keep that taxes that low. They could change that shit in a heartbeat there and raise the taxes back up, especially if a lot of people move there. Number two, I don't know. Number two, I would think you're not saving much in terms of cost of living versus America. You're just saving on taxes. And is it really as good of a place to live, as people are probably laugh at this, as like a Costa Rica or a Mexico? People would probably say yes because, it's American territory. But would somebody like me enjoy it as much as those? I don't know. That's a question there. I got to go back there. I got to check it out. It's definitely not that cheap though. I know that part. Like I know I haven't looked it up in a while, but it's not like, where you could go to Mexico with, $4,000 and do pretty well with that for a whole month and move around, and you know it's not that type of thing. Bart Simpson-ish. Not sure. Oh, are you talking about the chart? I don't really understand. The Bart Simpson pattern is, it's sideways and you break down, I guess. Like that, maybe. I don't know. The Bart Simpson pattern is a bunch of BS, in my opinion. That's just sideways and you break down, I guess. It's not really they only talk about that pattern after it happens. They never talk about that pattern forming before it happens. Yeah, I appreciate you, Crypto Dantes. I hope what I said, about America and all that made sense. I mean, I don't have all the answers. Don't be listening to everything I say about that. I think I know more than the average person about this stuff, but I definitely don't have all the answers. The other thing about moving abroad, obviously, if you really want to, other than, like, if you spend 330 days outside of America a year, which is quite a bit. I mean, if you want to visit people, it may be nice to spend more than 30 days in America. I think you guys spend those 330 days straight outside of America. What was I going to say? Yeah, you got to spend those. So that's kind of, you save that 100, you save 30 grand or something a year. I don't know if that's worth it. and then you're just giving up your American passport. I don't know if we're at that point yet. If you're somebody who really thinks America is going to go down the toilet, then it would make sense to get another passport somewhere good that you think is going to do well and give up the American passport and essentially pay nothing in taxes. Um, that's a little bit, you got to know what the hell you're doing at that point, and your predictions better be freaking right. There have been smart people that have done that. There's another freaking thing I was going to say. The other thing too is I believe Dubai started a 9% corporate tax, so you got to look at the place you're going to too. So the other place you're going to may raise their taxes as well. But first impressions of Dubai, very good. I probably haven't gone to the right places yet, but I have not seen that many Lambos. At least compared to Miami, where you see them like everywhere in Brickell. You walk outside, you see a Lambo immediately. So there's always somebody driving around like a maniac, you know, trying to get attention, all that crap. So it feels, I mean, in terms of cost of living in Dubai, is significantly freaking cheaper in Miami. I'd say it's probably half of what, yeah, definitely like half of what would Miami would be. Even food prices generally are lower. I mean, if you're going to bougie places, yeah, it's going to be probably the same price, but it's still significantly cheaper. I mean, you could live pretty well in Dubai, I would say. Like you could probably rent a good like one bedroom for $1,000 a month, maybe even less. I mean, you live pretty well here. Probably have four grand a month. Um, hmm, okay. This guy never used the citizenship's interesting. Cali. Nice. Or is it a pain in the neck to get forced to do this? Sounds like a lot, right? Like if you have four citizenships, I feel like you're either really, really wealthy or you've been around a while because that's a lot of work. I feel like just thinking of four citizenships. I mean, unless it's like a few of them are from ancestry or something. Like I feel like it's some work. The El Salvador one could be good. Yeah. I mean, how many citizenships does Nomad Capitalist I have? And what's the most some people have? I'm sure there's some really wealthy people that probably have like 10. I'd be surprised if you could find many people with over like 8 or 10. Like I feel like there's only a handful of people in the world with over like 10 citizenships. Like I mean, let's see. What would a lot of like if you wanted to have the most, like you'd probably have a US one. Um I mean, UK, Ireland, those would be that's 3. I mean, Italian or something. I know the Germany one. I mean, there's mixed reviews, but I mean, Singapore maybe. You know, I'm trying to think of somewhere in the Caribbean. Mm, so yeah. Mm, mm. So yeah. I don't know. I think I would looked at all that there's worth looking at the moment. I think you could retest maybe that 59. I mean, yeah, that's 60K. I think you're going to be choppy and then potentially breaking upward. That's kind of my guess here. Retesting this kind of spider line, that area, and then hopefully continuing forward. I think there's a good shot. That's my opinion in terms of money flow. Um, anyway, guys, check out the JUMPEX. This is a good bonus right there. Airdrop the $500 USDT position right there. You only have to deposit about $100, and you got a good shot of getting that 5 days to go. And then BloFin, only with my link, negotiated you 10% off of fees. So check that out. The links are down below. And last but not least, if you do sign up to any of these links I give you guys, if you deposit at least $100 in any of them, signing up on my link, I'll give you 1 free month in the Discord. Just go into the Discord and open a support ticket with your UID in the exchange you signed up for. So We'll get you sorted. Let's see. I don't even know what that means on the LAM. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get going. Been on about an hour, so it's great talking to you guys. Always appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys soon.